Alrighty, welcome back to Casarita with Nikolai Bukharin, the boy of mad orders. Welcome to Nikolai Bukharin. Kind of weird boy is this. So yeah, by the time this part comes so yeah, I'm recording this of the Molotov series on hold for now because it broke for the time being. I think I mentioned this in the first part over here, but I figured I might as well try something to make it work, but if this comes out, then yeah, it didn't work, whatever I did. A damn shame too, a damn shame. Because it seems like the election thing still works, just that some of it doesn't work properly. So hopefully something gets fixed about that. So I can do Molotov before Josh does it. But at the very least I get to do Bukharin. But he ever does it. Of course, so he's probably going to be a lot more in-depth about it than I will, but I figured I'm going to be a lot more, at least going to be somewhat entertaining. So see, I'm going to go with the Tukes plan. Over here, two ships are supposed to use a doctrine of deep battle. Use some combined arms and overwhelming land air attacks. Such a doctrine will make the army a true force to be reckoned with on offensive. Indeed. So I'm going to get you got some old generals over here. Who's yeah, this battle better.
Слушаю. Так точно.
And that. Change your family. Also, the spike in divorce rates. Ooh, interesting. While many revenues had a religious background or lean out religious school, did not have a good opinion on the church in general. Seeing to break the Orthodox church influence on Western study both legally and through the public influence, however, while culinary cultural influence will take out long, the government began to ruin the influence of Orthodox church legally. The Russian government began to measure to take away control of forming the marriages away from the church and making it a civil affair of the government, while also greatly simplifying divorce. Where it's now a simple matter of registration instead of former hard presses in Tsarist and Republican Russia. However, while this is greatly improved the movability of women to leave abusive families, it's also done a massive spike in divorce rate to a level never before seen, which was being the highest in the world now, thanks to the divorce being this easy now. Never seen consequence for sure. You know, the price we pay for our socialist utopia. And there's the Nez. I got Saudi Arabia. Okay, no. Let's go from I've got the Navy of Saudi Arabia. It's weird though, I don't want to make that mistake over here.
Готов выдвигаться. Готов выдвигаться.
All these regular troops over here. Do Soviet history. You probably get all these militias. Let's see if I can convert them.
Слушаю.
How long will it take me to convert all these guys?
Внимание.
I have the equipment for it. Nice.
Так точно. Смирно.
Nice. Anyway. And Mikhailova Pankotova, a well-known historian, editor-in-chief of the Euro Questions of History and a member of the Party Socialist Revolutionaries, together with her assistant Ilya Bajilov, prepared a reform to transform Russian historical science. First of all, it concerns the evaluation of Russian revolutionaries and Narodniks in Russian history in general. Leading aboard the Russian Revolution 1917, according to the journal, belonged to the leader of left social revolution Maria Smirnova, leader of the Bolsheviks Vladimir Lenin, and leader of communists Nikolai Bukharin. Neutral positive assessments are given to such revolutions as Stepan Razin, Kadri Bolvinin, Yemenian Pugachev, Mikhail Bakunin, Nikolai Chenchevsky, Vasily Belitsky, and others. On the whole, such as rethinking of Russian history could indeed unite domestic historical science. Mikhail Bakunin. It sounds familiar. I think I might know who Mikhail Bakunin is. His name is very familiar. Yeah, naval range, son.
Так точно.
Probably also get yeah, hold that off for the time being.
Готов?
Gotta get that. Yep. Hopefully we'll just do something about this. It's gonna take a while. It's gonna be another year before that's done. So in that case, we should be ready for war in another year. And while we're waiting for war, we're gonna be ready. And we can have some tank wars going on over here.
Готов.
You guys can go over here into Korea. Let's do engineers. Signal maintenance. I should replace those with motorized. What's gonna be hell of a lot better.
Готов выдвигаться.
Yeah, by the time we get this thing going, we should be more than ready. Let's do massive breakthroughs, yep. Armor is the future. We need to support development of new technology and want to create a truly modern armed force which is able to go and destroy enemy divisions at record speeds. So we're going to be holding off on our stuff over here. But I'd like to get that, we should also focus on over here. Yep, just as I thought.
Я готов.
Just as I predicted. There'll be a fucking war going on out here. So heroism. First, it's not enough to get a boost in a thing. Expert over here.
Слушаю.
Get fortress boosted. Yeah, which is over here. With Field Marshal Zukhev.
Мирно.
Let's get rid of this. Some better hardy. Let's get some better air. Let's decree the last order.
Я готов.
Should be able to blitz through them easily. It's not gonna be too much of a trouble. The thing is, we won't be really ready for war, at least for another year. However, that doesn't mean we're gonna be prepared for it at the very least. We're just not gonna, you know, we're just gonna be like, you know, the fucking Italians, where we won't be able to do much of anything until like the fucking, until this fucking this here, until like the fucking to the 40s.
Внимание. До приказа.
Yeah, that was interesting. Italy. Why do you do things to do?
Мирно. Готов.
Anyway,
Так точно.
just going to,
Ройсь.
I'm gonna probably march over here. Not really too much trouble, I think. Just gonna be a pain. Ah, jeez. Come on. Just give me all that shit. And there we go.
Внимание.
Well, you shit, and there we go. We got Central Asia. Very nice. Card plan. We're gonna reintegrate all these lands. Do some reintegrations of the reintegration process. So I'm gonna hit the peasantry. Here are the peasantry. Very cool. Get specialist. Versus Daniel, that means Austria is gonna be collapsing. Potentially. But that means that Bohemia is gonna be doing some stuff over here. Fucking, yeah, the solar dictator. It's gonna be naming that. I'll show them more radical stuff. Get that total stuff over here. New fighters will arise. Just do professional engineering course. We still have to pop engineer core, at least a formalized one. We could change the situation, create a formal engineer course, or professionally train their craft. That'll just be nice. Two people at once, goddamn. Two people at once, oh yeah, that happens. I don't remember if the Saudis also get that as well. Ugh. Yeah. Can you tell there's been a while since I've last played? I feel like it's been quite a while. Combat with, ooh boy, look at that combat with multiple chickens.
Внимание!
Yeah, 13-3. Jesus Christ, you can fit some fucking good shit. Lev Romanov. I had the whole like generic portraits thing for the whole layer stuff
До
because
приказа.
it's how you promote. So you get generals over here, you promote the field officer with experience. Now it's some command points. But we have more than enough generals to not really need to do that. This is different than how it was originally, where you just like, you know, plug on general and just pops him up. Easy, just need. Get much of me this and then. These things over here. Got a blitz. Oh fuck. We're small. The smallest. These smalls are small. Call them big smalls. Agency over here. There's some stuff going on over here. I only bother with the intelligence bureau, so let's do stuff over here. Machine tools. Proving our ways of destruction, the will, the power, the things that do stuff. Very nice to say the least. Let's get some better guns over here. It's gonna be a year until then, but every year's a great year. Expand engineering course, and with that, now let's focus on our stuff. Promote Shimchika, as I said, the importance of it. Shimchika is in short the unity between workers and peasants. Within true quality, we cannot focus only on the urban proletariat. We have to promote the cooperation between the urban and the rural community.
Мирно!
It's very true. With our powers combined, we could theoretically do anything.
Готов.
See, too bad. Hopefully by the time the aftermath of the Civil War is over, we can, at the very least, be on the road to progress. The electricity core is not doing too bad. I think the core shouldn't be too bad. Downhole still holding on. Not too bad. Here goes Syria. And Nadsent. Got Diet. Okay. Let's take some AT. It's definitely going to be playing the waiting game so we get the army built up. It's going to be a long waiting game, but nonetheless. Seems that Finland's in the expect. So we got trivia. Ooh, there's 7 covers. Forgot that you can go off. Got like 2 pads I think I'll never cover, right? See the point out of. I'd assume she apologize if I butchered his pronunciation. Sorry to not read this at the time. This first, anyway. The importance of it, despite the fact that they can now be called full-fledged workers and peasant state, the importance of uniting the two revenue classes is very necessary. The fact is that our workers do not get along very well with the peasants, who they receive as kulaks and bourgeois who can earn much more by their labor than they do. Despite the fact that we have raised wages and reduced hours of workers, there is still a high level of urban unemployment. However, Mr. Carson, the essence of the new economic policy is the union of the proletariat and the peasantry. The essence is the Smychka link, a vanguard proletariat with a wide peasant field. Long live Smychka, of city and village. City and the village. And that's these give rid of this unfinished land from over here. I don't know, did I really know this? I know, I will at least read this before it goes away. The land was once nationalized by the warfare in the first 1917 October push. When it was probably abolished, however, with the white forces eventually defeated Bolshevik, the private property was re-established in all Russian territory. Kerensky, while technically being a member of the Social Revolutionary Party, instantly pointed the land question in order to please the peasant socialist supporters and voters. He passed the Land Socialization Bill, which originally should have abolished any private property considered land ownership. However, in order to appease the other side of the political spectrum, the liberals and conservatives, the bill was adopted with some adjustments. Where land was further land with the public ownership of special agricultural councils, property over the land was still legal in other areas of Russia. This, however, still led to various problems, including rising support for more radical parties in the country, rough going industrialization, difficulties with building new infrastructure and land reforms. Still fish and must be solved once and for all, if as soon as possible. Indeed. You plunge into chaos. Ooh, shit. Ah, man. Red flood over here. I haven't read this in a while, so I shall read it. And you say that the way my first impressions were recently posted new book read in the event. The Red Flood has been reached to the prison living obscurity. One of the fears completed Red Flood, a gripping impression tale about loss of 2 young individuals of our country was more interesting than the story. Now it puts an all the time with the Russians on a peer victory in the Russo-Japanese War, lead to achieve incidents of World War, France falls to Germany, and Germanic homelands back east, or engulfed by revolution. Following soon because regime the French are not able to seize on the opportunity. This is the name of tower by the surveillance and avant-garde forces of the army. British French know what the capital of night. Meanwhile, Washington the care the coast takes his power, supported by other countries, create a totalitarian ultranational dictatorship, but a scoop on the many territories outside of Moscow reach. Europe soon brought into a war once more, that will become the front line of the Eastern Front, a battle block between Germany and Russia, where even the strongest men in Paris and die miss. Then now against the possible Russian birthday, will leave them by the British Empire. The book is criticized for horrid description of cruelty and war crimes, but still needs defense details, and something could happen in the universe. Matter of just start artist, nothing more. Yep. And we got this thing over here. Boy, thank you. Thank you, Coach. I guess who's going to not bother with this? At least not go to war with Japan at the very least. See the fucking. I would take it, the fucking thing was still there. But I don't know where the fuck I did it. It is what it is. It's in the city. Yeah. Oh, the homework center to deal with this. Anyway, with the establishment of socialism in the countryside must necessarily pass through a moderate of temporary capitalism. These societies are already ready to welcome socialism at the workers' demand. We're going to implement a socialist system in the major urban centers of the vast Russia. One step closer to a local paradise. Living in a workers' paradise. There's some more of you, actually. All that. Exit the airport. Elects a leopard as president. How would this happen? That's part of the this faction. Very interesting stuff over here. You can do Grand Columbia. If I remember correctly. Yep. Grand Columbia. Very interested to see how that goes for them. Looks like the US might win. Anyway. Property. Property today will be remembered by many capitalists for a long time because in a lot of cities, Russian cities, most important tree factories are still in private hands when nationalized. One of the organizations for the famous societies of Privilege factories. I once last night by the Wall Street 1918, then returned by currency society of Privilege factories. Was again nationalized and again by the Wall Street sort of reformer. It is a society of Privilege factories. Many other enterprises were nationalized, including Formula One, associated with Privilege, which he undoubtedly proceeded to tax on himself personally. Plus, the level has made public speech to Duma where he condemned the actions of the government, but it's the only radical voice holds the majority in Parliament. Love said that he intends to appeal to the Supreme Court return his lost property. Many other which ones have also faced similar problems, however, they must respect the people who elected the SP, and they have no choice but to admit their personal losses for the benefit of Washington. Just stop robbing the common people. What's happened nationalized in Russia? Now we got this is Indie Village. The Picard's net program can be described as the form of capitalism, individual socialism in the cities. We support small trees and cool the landform can be considered complete with own benefit and disadvantages, of course. But it seems to be working for the most part. May City was the small project of the capitalism, especially them because of small boulevard power and also lost some poverty to remain compensation from the state and national and poverty. Here can make a sense in them and allocate compensation for this favorable point out and when they were expected to other social but at the same time. Using ourselves what's the time for capitalism? There's another protest. It's not really too much of a problem. Bad compensation. And lastly, some of the Finnish companies they demand that we should compensate them for loss. And definitely be in turn for them. We'll pay Finland at the very least. There's Austin. Who do you think you are? German Empire. We'll pay you for now. You can fuck off. I can do cut ties with us. Don't really care. Face, don't care. Austrian Empire, you're dying, so who cares? Azerbaijan, you're gonna get annexed by us. Vision, don't care. Dates, don't care. Don't care. I could give less than a fuck about what the hell this is. 2. Finland and Germany, because they are 2 most prior threats, because they're both on the Reichsback. Everyone else can just fuck right off. The way is NEP SDI to become in order to arrive one day as social society must pass through these areas by what's called capitalism in the village. While not being developed enough to pass directly to social, our economy remains poor and agrarian. The market system was set up between peasant communities in order to increase agricultural production and develop our economy. Told us, yeah, problem, don't really care. Don't care. Care. We got bigger than this to fight. Not that problem. I roll, nice. Don't care. Yeah, we're gonna get annexed by us, so who cares? Yeah, besides Finland and Germany, because of both of my watch fact, I don't really care. At the very least, I just run that deal
Что
now.
приказано?
Need a whole lot more of this stuff, actually. God damn. First not being developed in the past, right? The source of our economy remains poor and agrarian. The market we sell between peasant communities in order to increase agricultural production and develop an economy. Interesting. Look at the ASL Karelia, very nice. That means we get to take all of Finland, and I'm gonna annex all of Finland. It's going to be interesting to see this. Let's see over here. Let's put the Kulaks. Kulaks are these peasants that are more well off with greater amounts of land than most, but they are still peasants and never help. There's some blood that they don't want to kill them. Let's support the Kulak class. Should. Sorry. Should at the very least do something about them.
Готов?
Yeah, I could totally go to war with these guys right now.
Так точно.
Yeah, definitely go to war with you guys.
Так
You
точно.
actually. The whole 3 of you, in fact. All the militant godless. I don't think I'm doing a playthrough of you actually. Now this I gotta see. This I gotta see, but it's gonna be waiting for it next because of this time. Or some of this. We're gonna episode off over here because we are close to time. Not at time, but yeah, we are close to time. See, yeah, very different stuff over here, but again, this is not in memory on Joshua's playthrough of covered. So we shall see how things proceed over here. Until the army of war, the match orders. This time we are going to probably do something in Siberia, maybe. Yeah, that'll build up stuff. Potentially. Who knows? Till I see you later. Bye.